And we are now 3 weeks into the government shutdown, and there is no end in sight. Republican senators are expected to head to the White House today for a group lunch with President Trump. But it's not clear what's on the agenda, and it does all come as the effects of this shutdown are getting worse by the day. Now Americans are wondering how far this will go and how much they will be impacted. ABC's Perry Russom is here to answer some of the top questions on Google related to the shutdown. So, Perry, I love doing these segments because we get straight to what viewers are really concerned about. And the first question that we got, will food stamps be issued in November?
Yeah, so the acting head of SNAP, his name is Ronald Ward. He is warning that there are insufficient funds to pay the full SNAP benefits through November. That would affect about 42 million Americans who rely on those benefits all the time. And then also the Secretary of Agriculture is warning that millions and millions of vulnerable Americans and families are not going to have access to these programs because of the shutdown. Then separately, there is WIC as well. That's been getting funding through the tariff revenue. 7 million women and children get those benefits. Not clear, though, how long that funding is going to last, Diane.
People are also Googling, Perry, do I pay interest on a furlough loan?
Right. So if you are furloughed and you're a member of the federal government, you do have the ability to get what's called a furlough loan. There are some different groups that offer that, like USAA and then also the Navy Federal Credit Union, where their interest rate is 0%. So what they do is they look at your most recent direct deposit paycheck that comes for the federal government. They calculate that. They also cap it at $6,000. But remember, this is a loan, so you do have to pay this money back. But if you do decide to get a loan from somewhere else, very important to check that interest rate because that money can add up, Diane.
And loans seem to be a big topic here. People are also Googling, how are student loans affected by the shutdown?
Yeah, so this really does not affect student loans because student loans were already earmarked. They were already put aside in previous appropriations bills, so that money should be going. But one thing that could be affected by this are some of the furloughs that are happening at the Department of Education. So essential employees will be there to be running programs that are needed to keep the Department of Education going, as well as paying off some of these loans. But let's say your loan payment hasn't come in on time, or there might be a discrepancy in the amount. You might have some trouble getting somebody on the phone, so some support staff may be furloughed, so it might take a little bit longer to try and get somebody on the phone to remedy any situation.
And this one's pretty specific. People are searching Jose Andres furlough meals. So his restaurants often offer free meals to furloughed workers. Is that happening this time around?
They are doing it again here in Washington, D.C. So there are 4 restaurants that the chef has kind of put aside for people to go and get free lunches Monday through Friday. So the times there are from 11:30 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And we have some of the restaurants there on your screen. Those are the 4 here in Washington. A reminder, just Monday through Friday, 11:30 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All you have to do is just show your government ID, Diane.
And Perry, we're going to need you to give us a civics and a math lesson with the next one. How many votes to end the shutdown? I have faith in you.
60. 60 is the number. So the vote failed again yesterday for the 11th time, and that vote came down 50 to 43. It needs 60 votes to advance. Remember, this bill already passed in the House, so they just need the Senate to approve this thing. But the big note here is that there's been no movement on this vote, so we are still exactly where we were from day 1, day 2, day 3 as we continue on this government shutdown. So House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries yesterday saying they are looking to get some more heat on the Republicans in November. I know we are still in October, but it appears the House Democrats are already looking at November for this government shutdown continuing, Diane.
Perry, any sense of how close they are, how many votes they have at this point?
Yeah, I mean, look at it yesterday, 50 to 43. I mean, that number that we've been looking at is 5 Democrats to go over. Those people have not gone over just yet. You know, the Democrats in both the Senate and House have been pretty steadfast in making sure that they want to get the ACA subsidies extended. But the Republicans are saying they're not going to have negotiations until the government is reopened. But so far, no movement on that.
All right. Perry Russom, thank you.